you ever fancied being able to get up easily in the morning and being really productive, but just felt like you're not really a morning person? Today I'm sharing my top tips and advice for being able to get up early without a struggle, being super productive and starting your day the right way. I am Ree from mummyof4.com. If you are new here, welcome. If you are new, you may not know that I have 4 children and I'm a full-time work-at-home mum. The only way I can fit it all in at the moment, between doing 3 school runs a day, working full-time from home and doing all the stuff that us mums have to do around the home, is to get up and work from 5 till 7 a.m. every day before my family wakes up. I get so many questions asking how I manage to get up so early and get so much done. So today I'm sharing all of my advice because I have not always been a morning person. This is something I've had to train myself to do. I've done lots of research on how to become a morning person, and I'm going to share it all with you today. So if you are new, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. I do lots of kind of organization and productivity content, as well as vlogs, hauls, speed cleans, all that kind of stuff. I would love to have you as a subscriber. So my very first tip for how to become a morning person is to figure out your why. Now, when you are trying to set upon achieving any goal, whatever it might be, figuring out your why will really help you stay motivated and stay on track. So why do you want to get up early in the morning? Is it because you want to get more work done? You want to get more housework done? You want to be fitter and really look after your body, and you want to fit in working out? Maybe it's the only time you can have any peace and quiet before your family gets up, and you want a bit of peace and quiet. Whatever your reason for wanting to get up early and be more productive, figure it out and focus on that. Because if you're just getting up and you're not really sure why or what you should be doing or what you will be doing when you're up, it's never going to happen. So keep focused on your why. For me, I want to be able to grow my business in order to provide for my family and take them on lovely holidays and things like that. The only way I can fit in the time in order to work on growing my channel and writing and doing all the things I need to do is to have productive, focused time, and the only time I can fit that in is before my children wake up. So for me, when I'm lying there thinking, oh, do I really want to get up? I think about what my goals are and what I'm trying to achieve. More about exactly how to get up and persuade yourself to get out of bed coming up. My next tip is to know what you have to be excited about. If you're going on holiday, and yes, I'm filming this mid-pandemic, so going on an aeroplane seems like a very big fairy tale, but just bear with me here. And please do let me know if you're watching in the future and we're allowed to go on aeroplanes again, because that would be nice. Anyway, that feeling when we're about to go on holiday and we've got to get up early to catch a flight, it is never difficult to get up. It is exciting and we spring out of bed. Try and harness this feeling of excitement to get out of bed every day. Think what you have to be excited about. So why are you getting up early? What is your why? Are you getting up early to have some me time, some really indulgent, lovely me time to set you up right for the day and to be the best mum you can be for your children? That is a really valid reason to get up early. Are you getting up early to get some housework tasks that you've been dreading over and done with so they can be out of the way so you can enjoy the day? Are you getting up early to work on something for your job, your career, your business, a project you're really excited about, something you really want to fulfill, a goal you want to achieve? Or are you getting up early to work out so you can feel healthier and stronger and more energized and energetic? Think about why you're getting up and why that should be exciting for you, and getting up is going to be so much easier. My next tip is to wake up during your lightest phase of sleep. So if you don't know a great deal about sleep, we do not sleep at the same depth of sleep all night. We go through sleep cycles over and over through the course of the night. If our alarm goes off at a set time, as opposed to a phase of our sleep cycle, you could be woken up at your deepest stage of your sleep cycle. And this means you're going to feel really groggy and disgusting. If, however, you're waking up during the lightest phase of your sleep cycle, it's going to be far easier to wake up and stay awake. How on earth do you do that? Well, I personally use my watch. I have an app on my watch which detects which stage of my sleep cycle I'm at. So I wear my watch to go to bed. I then set the alarm for a window of time during which I would like to wake up. My watch will detect when I'm at my lightest stage of my sleep cycle and gently wake me up. So it's not a big blaring noise. And bear in mind, I usually get up around 4:45 in the morning because this allows me enough time to wake up, go to the toilet, brush my teeth, wash my face, all that kind of thing, and actually get downstairs in time to start working. So at this time in the morning, I really don't want to wake my husband or my children. So the fact the alarm is actually just buzzing my wrist as opposed to making a loud noise is beneficial from that point too. So the alarm gently buzzes and just gets more intense until I actually react to it and turn it off. I found this is a much more gentle way to wake up than a blaring noise, but really it's a case of whatever is going to work for you. If you don't have a smartwatch, there are some devices you can buy or even some apps for your actual phone that can help with waking you up in the lighter stage of your sleep cycle. My next tip is to look at the quality of the sleep you're actually getting. And again, I actually use my watch for this because I wear my watch at night. It tracks how much sleep I'm actually getting. I can set myself sleep targets for how much sleep I would like to achieve. It will actually tell me the depth of sleep I've managed to achieve through the night. It is so important, especially when you're a busy mum and you've potentially got tiny humans waking you up and disturbing your sleep, that the amount of time that you're in bed, you are maximizing the amount of sleep you are getting, and you're not wasting any time lying awake thinking you should be asleep. Now, I like to use sleep hypnosis or relaxing meditation audiobooks in order to go to sleep as quickly as possible. The last thing I want to be doing is lying there thinking, I can't sleep. I'm going to be so tired tomorrow. What I actually do is pop one Bluetooth headphone into my ear and I put on a relaxation audiobook or app, and that will help me fall asleep really quickly. I only actually use one headphone at a time, so while I'm using one, the other one can be charging, so if that goes flat, I can switch it over if necessary. If I wake up in the night and I'm awake for more than a minute or two, I will actually restart the sleep hypnosis, and that will knock me out like a light very quickly once again. Since I've been doing this, I feel like I've got a lot less wasted time in bed. I'm suffering from a lot less insomnia. It's helping me to switch off from my thoughts of the day and actually do what I'm supposed to be doing at night, which is sleeping. I'll put a list of my favorite sleep, meditation, audiobooks, and apps in the description below for you to check out. When it's time to get up, you're going to need to ban the snooze button. Snoozing is one of the enemies of morning productivity. Thinking, oh, just 5 more minutes, closing your eyes and slipping back into deep sleep will mean you're far more groggy when you do eventually get up than if you just got out of bed. If you have read or listened to, for that matter, because most of my books like this I actually listen to on Audible. If you have read or listened to the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, you will know that you can use this principle to do anything you're not especially keen on doing. And the prime example that she uses in the book and that I use pretty much every day is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. And literally as you do that process of counting down, when you get to 0, you have to get up. No arguing, no discussion with yourself, no internal monologue about whether you should hit the snooze button. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're up. If you fancy getting a copy of this book or any of the other books on Audible for that matter, I have got a link below which will get you 1 free audiobook and a 30-day free trial. And even if you cancel after the 30-day free trial, you will get to keep this audiobook with Audible. So I'll put all the link and details for that below. So any of the audiobooks that I mention in this video, you could try out with that link. Other methods are really helpful for physically getting you out of bed. So you can do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown. You can think about whether or not you need a wee. This may sound a bit strange, but personally, if I have started to think maybe I need a wee, then there's very little chance of me actually being able to go back to sleep. Maybe this is because I've had 4 children and spent a total of 3 years of my life needing a wee because I was pregnant. And remember, it's just a case of using whichever technique works for you. But one technique is to think, okay, I'll just go to the toilet. I'll just focus on that next thing. And then if I want to go back to bed, I will. I mean, we're not going to let ourselves, but this is the lie we will tell ourselves to get ourselves up. Maybe it's a case of I will just go and have a really quick shower, and then if I want to, I will get back into bed. And I will guarantee you that if you have got up and followed the rest of the process that I'm going to discuss in this video, you're not going to want to go back to bed. But maybe that's a little white lie you're going to have to tell yourself to get your bum out from under the covers and up. Another technique you can use is to put your alarm in another room. I don't personally use this because it would wake my husband and 4 children, meaning they would all be up at 5 a.m. as well, and I would not be very productive because they would all be awake and not letting me go on with any work. But if this works for you, if you're trying to get everyone in your household up at the same time, this is absolutely going to be a game changer because you physically have to get out of bed to go and shut off the alarm. Make sure you plan for your morning the night before. There is nothing worse than spending that time and energy getting yourself up out of bed and then wasting that time. So decide the night before what you want to achieve in that time in the morning. If, for example, your goal is to get up early and do a workout, lay out your workout clothes the night before, so you're not wasting time hunting around for them. Choose the workout you're going to do. Make sure your music device, your headphones are charged, everything is ready, so there is nothing going to be getting in the way of cramming in that workout, and you're not going to be wasting time finding things, fumbling around, and you're just going to be able to get up and get on with it. If you're getting up to work, make sure you've got a list of exactly which tasks you want to get done by the end of that work session in the morning. So I've gone through phases of getting up so that I can work out and then work. At the moment, I'm doing 3 school runs a day and about 12,000 steps a day. So I'm not bothering to fit in a workout every morning, and I'm currently using that morning session as a work session. So the night before, I write down exactly which tasks I want to achieve. And this helps me to sit down and just get on with it, rather than sitting down thinking, what should I be doing? Scrolling through some of my emails, fussing through some of these other bits and pieces. Mark Twain once said, if it is your job to eat a frog, it is best to do it early in the morning. And if it is your job to eat 2 frogs, it is best to eat the biggest one first. And what this really means, what we can take away from this, is that we need to tackle our biggest, yuckiest task first, earlier in the morning. It needs to be the one that moves us closest to our goal. So if your goal is fitness, then getting that workout done first thing in the morning is a big tick of achievement towards being a healthier you. If you've got work tasks to do, they need to be the most important work tasks. You need to create before you consume, so the saying goes. So you need to be doing the things that move your projects forward rather than the reactive things. So your tasks first thing in the morning shouldn't be responding to emails and replying to things, because that is putting you on someone else's agenda. Your tasks first thing in the morning should be the biggest ones that really move the needle forward towards your goal. So for me, I tackle things like making sure I have edited videos and things like that are complete. If I've got a project that I'm kind of dreading and thinking, oh, this needs doing, that's the one that needs doing first, so I can get it out of the way. Remember the frog analogy. If you are dreading eating this frog all day, you've got that dread in your head, oh, I've still got to do this, and it's hanging over you, then you're far better off having already eaten it and it's over and done with. It's so easy to just busy ourselves with busy work and pick out the tasks from our to-do list that we want to do as opposed to the ones that we have to do. And spoiler alert, yes, we're more likely to choose the easier ones first. So pick those big, nasty tasks that you've kind of been dreading, do those first, and you will feel much better. So when you are planning the night before, pick the tasks that are really going to move you forward towards your goal to do first thing in the morning. Write them out so you can tick them off and have everything ready. So like with the fitness example, with your work stuff, make sure maybe your laptop is charged, your notebooks are where you need them, you've got your pens, you've got your resources for working on whatever project it might be. Equally, if your goal for getting up earlier in the morning is self-care, this is really important too, because if that is what is important to you in order to be mentally healthier, then by all means, this is what you should be doing. So whether that is self-care, to take some time getting ready to yourself, to listen to music, to watch a show on Netflix that you were never allowed the piece to watch during the day, whatever it might be, even if self-care is your goal, that is still an important goal, and you should still plan the night before what you're going to do to look after yourself in that morning. Wash your face and clean your teeth. This might sound a little bit obvious, but if one of the first things you do in the morning before you tackle whatever your goal is, be it your fitness or your work or your self-care, is just to wash your face and clean your teeth, you will feel instantly more awake. Showering obviously can wake you up too. Personally, I shower the night before because it takes a little bit more time and I really like to maximize the time I have spare in the mornings. But if showering is the thing that it takes you to really wake you up, then this is something that is well worth fitting into your morning routine. Think about whether you want to fit working out into your morning routine. So like I've mentioned, that I've been through phases where I have done a short workout in the morning, where that's been a little bit more of my goal. And I've been through phases where I'm able to fit that in later during the day, and work is a bit more of a priority to fit in during the quiet times. Now, this entirely depends on your lifestyle, your preferred method of working out. Now, making time to work out, I used to think of as something that got in the way of productivity or was selfish in some way. Sounds a bit mad, but I did used to think that. Now, what I've since come to realize is unless we look after ourselves, then we're not going to be functioning at our best. So, for example, if you have a car and you never service it and you never check the tires and you never put oil in it, is that car going to run well, or is it going to break down? It's probably going to break down. So if you're not looking after your body, you're not eating well, you're not getting enough rest, and you are not doing some form of exercise, and I'm not talking about running a marathon here, it can be gentle exercise, your body's not going to run as well, you're not going to be as productive as you would like to be, and you're not going to be the best you can be for your family, and that's the truth of the matter. So try and fit in moving your body and working out in some way, shape or form at some point during your day. If you're the kind of person that can only fit this in the morning because you're really not allowed 2 seconds to yourself during the day, then this is probably something to consider fitting into your morning routine. If you are able to squeeze in working out around your family, so maybe you can do a yoga session with your children, if you put like a kiddie yoga on for them, then that's something you could maybe fit in later in the day, and then you can fit in just working in the morning. Doing a quick workout in the morning, even if it's just a 5-minute stretch, is a really good way to energize yourself for the day and end up actually being more productive even in your work sessions. But it's just a case of balancing what is going to work for your family. Maybe it's quite easy for you to fit in working out in some way later in the day around your children. So for me at the moment, for example, I'm doing quite a lot of walking, just doing the school run. So really just doing a 5-minute stretch before I start work is enough for me to squeeze into my morning routine. In other times where the weather's been quite gross and I've been home with the children and I've struggled more to fit in working out later in the day with them around, then working out before they get up has suited me better. It's just a case of figuring out what's going to work for you and implementing that. Hydrate to wake up and sip something that sparks joy. By hydrating when we wake up, it stops us from feeling groggy, it gets rid of morning breath, and it just makes us feel more awake and more ready for the day. But also make sure it is something that you really love. So choose your favorite drink to look forward to in the mornings. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I really like the Burst drinks, which I shall link below. I've also got a discount code for those too, but I genuinely love these and drink these every morning. It means that I'm consuming quite a lot of water, which is brilliant for rehydrating, and they've also got multivitamins and things in them and a little bit of caffeine to give me a bit of a boost too. Pick something that you find delicious and is going to work for you to hydrate you and get you set for the morning. Get some fresh air. Open a window, inhale that fresh air, or even go and stand outside for a minute when you wake up in the mornings. This will really help to clear your head and wake you up. Listen to something that motivates you. I like to have playlists at the ready for upbeat, uplifting music that will really wake me up and get me moving. Even if your goal in the morning is not to work out, putting on upbeat music should get you moving, getting yourself to have a little dance around your kitchen while you're preparing your drink, and just get you moving, get the blood flowing, and put you in that right frame of mind. Music is fantastic for changing our moods. Whenever I'm feeling like I'm slipping into a bit of a funk or I'm feeling a bit tired, putting on some really uplifting music that I really love always helps. Other things that can motivate you can be really great podcasts. or audiobooks, I will put a list below of my favourite audiobooks that have really been great for helping to shift my mindset towards positivity. Practice gratitude in the morning. Now you can practice this whichever way you see fit. You can sit and think about the things you are grateful for. The best way to do it is probably to write them down. You can look through photographs of things you're grateful for, but practicing gratitude and focusing on the positive things in your life really helps to put you in the right frame of mind for the day. My next tip is to cut back on alcohol the night before. Alcohol, as much as we can enjoy a glass of lockdown juice, makes us feel groggy and dehydrated and is the enemy to getting up easily in the mornings. While I do still enjoy a glass of wine, I try to keep it to the weekends only. During the week, I have found a good substitute actually. The burst drinks that I like and enjoy in the mornings with caffeine have actually got a multivitamin mocktail range. Now they've actually got 3 different flavours. I really like the pina colada, but I really like the gin and tonic flavour. I have one of those in a wine glass of an evening when I quite fancy a glass of wine, but know I've got to get up early in the morning and still feel like I'm having a nice relaxing treat. It doesn't have the caffeine, it doesn't have the alcohol, and it doesn't have a million calories. So for days I've got to get up early in the morning, I find those fantastic. The next tip is going to be a bit boring and maybe slightly unpopular, but it is set yourself a bedtime. Now, bedtimes are not just for kids, because if we want to get up early in the mornings, we cannot also stay up really late in the nights, because that way we're burning the candle at both ends, not getting enough sleep, we're not being kind to ourselves, and we are not being sensible and looking after our bodies. So by making sure you are going to bed at a regular time in the evenings, then it's going to be much easier to get up early in the mornings. I get asked so many times, what time do you go to bed? Now, my alarm goes off around 4:45 in the mornings, and in order to get enough sleep for me, I tend to go up to bed about 10 o'clock. I get myself ready for bed, clean my teeth, I read for about 10 minutes, then it's time to put my headphones in and I'm listening to my audiobook or my audio apps, and I'm falling asleep pretty quickly, and I'm generally asleep probably by about 10:30. And I find that by doing that every night, it makes getting up in the mornings achievable. Now let me know in the comments if you would like me to do a fully updated morning routine showing you every single thing that I do in the mornings, and also if you would like to see an evening routine where I plan and prepare for the next day in order to make the most of my mornings. The next step is to monitor your progress. If you have got an iPhone, so I'm sure there's probably something similar on Android, but I'm not sure because I'm an Apple user, but if you've got an iPhone, I know there is a bedtime function that can help you to remember and give you a little nudge when it's actually time to go to bed. You can set yourself sleep goals and you can monitor how much sleep you've actually managed to achieve each night by keeping an eye on the times you're going to bed and the times you're managing to get up, and then what you're actually managing to get done. It is worth noting down what you're doing each morning when you get up. You can look back and see what's working and how you've managed to move forward. If you really want to start getting up a lot earlier, try moving your get up time incrementally further and further backwards, and the same with your bedtime if you're used to going to bed very late. So move your bedtime and your wake up times ever so slightly each day until you're getting up at the time where you were able to fit in all the things you want to achieve. Now let me know in the comments, what time do you currently get up in the mornings and what time do you currently go to bed at night? Then also let me know what time you would like to be getting up in the mornings and why. What is it you're hoping to achieve with your early mornings? Is it self-care? Is it exercise? Is it work? Is it another goal you're working on? Let me know, and let that be your commitment to yourself to achieving it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have liked this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. My latest video is just here, and another video you might enjoy from my channel is just down here. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!